Hi, my name is MELISHA Lin and I'm 22 this year. I'm a freelance model and host. I started out as a promoter and now I'm your Global Asian Model Malaysia 2019 and I define limits.
And Hugo is back.
Yes, I'm back. I'm back. So just now we are actually talking about the how sustainable and whether it's financially rewarding as a model, because that probably another misconception. People don't realize the kind of work and the kind of competition and the self-awareness that you need in order to succeed in the modeling industry.
Yes.
Like you say, right? Every single time is from a small pool of circle that designers pick their models. So you got to stand up in that crowd.
Yep, true.
And you mentioned about COVID-19, and I'm sure a lot of people in the gigs industry, in the freelancing industry, and in the event industry as well. Like personally, I'm in the event management industry. I mean, jobs are cancelled, postponed. But there is one thing very unique for young people, right? They are like slash. They have this slash generation, right? They are like model slash MC slash author slash. So how about yourself, right? What is your game plan? How are you going to navigate through these tough times? I mean, it's going to be a winter for quite some time.
Okay. For me, since 3 years ago, I have been just working continuously every single day, despite having classes. So I don't mind working a supervising job or a waitress job or a hostess job for the meantime. Do you understand what I mean? Because I understand that no matter what happened, you still need to pay your bills. The government is really helping us right now by giving us this kind of in a way that you can be a little bit loose on paying bills and stuff like that, which I do appreciate it. But it's going to be really tough for at least another 6 months. Experts has already predicted that, and I agree. Till the end of the year, it's going to be really tough. So there are still designers that actually still say that they will still do it despite the challenges that will be coming, but it's going to be a fight. So to prepare myself for that fight, I have been trying to maintain or actually tone my body a little bit better, trying to do a lot of live Instagrams to actually attract more people into building my brand out there. And I do have some gigs that are coming up, which the designers are really like, sure, okay, despite having COVID-19 and hopefully COVID-19 will be solved soon, we are still doing the gigs. It's just the payment will be lower as compared to the usual rates. But in a way, like what I said, no matter what, bills are needed to be paid. There's nothing to cancel out that plan of mine. So I have approached a boss for a place that I'll be working with them soon. It will be night gigs, but I will still do it because, like I said, you still need to pay bills. So in a way, Malaysian mindsets are not like that. They rather depend on bantuan kerajaan, or they rather they just rather not do anything. But there is actually still jobs out there. There are jobs out there that you have to do no matter what to get money into home and to put food on the table. So yeah. So my mindset has always been, okay, if this doesn't work out, I need to find a plan B and I need to work for plan B. And that plan B is just to sustain myself during this tough time. And when things get better, I'll just go back to my plan A in a way, yeah.
Thank you, Mel. And I would like to read out a comment by Rajov, right? She says that it's very insightful, great to be exposed to the pageantry, beauty industry. And to pick up from your comments on Instagram, right? You have been doing a lot more Instagram live, and one of the more current videos that you have posted is actually on domestic abuse.
Okay, yes.
And during MCO and lockdowns around the world, there has been reported rise of domestic abuse, right? Which is very surprising, considering that these are two person that decided to be in a committed relationship. However, when they are exposed to each other a little bit longer, there are some sort of domestic abuse. Why do you think this happened?
I believe everyone during COVID-19 is very stressful. Some people are being laid off. Some people are being cut by their companies. They are low on food. They can't go out. They are stuck with their partners. So basically, during this time or this quarantine period, I would say that this is something that no other relationships will be facing in another 10 years. This is like the ultimate test of your relationship. Whether can you stay together during a tough period of time and still not be annoyed by your partner. In a way, I'm not laughing because people are being abused. I'm laughing because it's funny to me that, like what you said, we are actually committing ourselves to a relationship. And why are we hurting our partners? And in 2020, it's really sad to actually still hear that people are still abusing their partners. I don't understand why. I assume that, we are getting smarter, we are evolving, we are becoming a first world country soon. But it's all about a mindset, I would say. And the cases that are happening are actually existing cases. They are just getting worse because they are stuck at home. So if you look at it, new cases it's actually not as high as compared to existing cases. So new cases probably they have the past experience of actually maybe mentally abusing their partners already. And it turned physical because they are stressed, because they are upset, because they are stuck at home, they have nothing to do, and they just want to release their emotions on their partners. Whether they are a man or woman, it's still wrong at the end of the day. So in my video, it was to actually prepare whether you're female or male to grab your kids and leave, but leave in a safer way in that sense. Yeah.
I watched that video not too long ago. You actually told them to know what is the hotline to call, to know where is the shelter to go, to prepare emergency bags. And I think a lot of people, when they are under stress or threats, they do not have a clear mind on what to do. And therefore, I think that is the role of influencers in our community, especially during these times, right? When everyone is stuck at home. Everyone is watching their mobile phones and things like that. Even despite all the bad rap that they have, they're actually offering entertainment, they're offering education, they're actually spreading message. It's just whether it is a good one or a bad one.
Okay, yeah.
Which leads to your question. Why do you influencers?
Why do what? I didn't get that.
Why do you not like the term influencer? Is there a negative
Okay, I actually didn't like the term influencer because some influencers are not doing what they are supposed to do when they have a huge platform. I have a small community. I have 1,321 people in my Instagram account. And I appreciate all those people that actually followed me. And whatever tips and guides that I can provide to them, I'm providing them. I'm not stingy with my knowledge in a way, because I believe that if someone could have taught me before this, maybe I would have been a model a long time ago instead of just starting last year in a way. And when there's a negative clouds around the term influencer, and if you actually do read a lot of their comments, there's a lot of negative comments from haters saying that, oh, this is, they just call the term bullshit because they didn't like it, especially in Reddit. The Westerners dislike the term influencer very, like, really strongly disagree with that term. So I would say that I'm more like a person, I would rather be a role model than an influencer. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. I think now they have a new term, right? Key opinion leaders.
Yes. That's actually an old term, what, in a way. That are usually the terms that we use in marketing books. That the mouth to mouth, word of mouth, advertising, we use key opinion leaders. Yeah.
We have a question from Ravi. Ravi actually asks, beauty queens and models become role models, you have mentioned, and promote all these community causes. What do you think? What is your game plan now that your name is up and coming? How do you plan to use your platform to promote good causes that you have been doing?
Okay, so last time my game plan was to not have a game plan. I basically just do it. I don't promote it because I don't find a need for it during that time. However, if you were to be in the entertainment industry or you're being in the spotlight, like I'm being placed in a spotlight right now, right? So you need to have certain positive things that you can share with your viewers or with younger people, or just basically anyone, just sharing your good causes and what you have been doing to actually influence them to do the same. So I always have a conflict opinion on people that actually says, oh, she's just doing it because she wants the cloud. That is a common saying, right? You just want to be relatable. You just want to be a beauty queen. That's why you're doing it. But some people are not. It's just something that, as you know, I have been doing it, and it's just a matter of changing it and putting it on my platform now to influence more people into knowing the cause. Like you and Ravi started Adopt a Home, and I joined that project, and I find it really inspiring. So I would like to share what I have learned on my platform. That's it. It's just a matter of sharing opinions. That's the game plan. There's no like, oh, I'll be doing this extra thing or that extra thing. It's just more to like, I've been doing it. I'm just going to continue doing it and just placing it at my platform. That's it.
You actually raised an important point there, which is people have this idea that if you post the good deeds that you did, you are doing it just for publicity. Which if we think a level deeper, if we do not post that, like many influencers, they post more on entertainment, on gossips. So what is the alternative? If we do not promote that which is good or important, or that which is close to our hearts, the alternative would be joining the rest of the bandwagon, right? Let's just have a look at the comment section to see what other questions that we have upcoming.
Okay.
All right, so we have one on mental health. So you mentioned that you are an advocate for mental health.
Okay.
And there has been again, there's a rise, right, in reported depression cases in Malaysia and around the world.
Yeah.
What kind of stigma do you think is preventing Malaysians from accepting help, from getting medical help or counseling And what would you propose for those who are actually suffering from depression?
Basically, in Malaysia, we have this stigma whereby mental health is non-existent. They don't believe that there's such thing as mental health. That is why you see so many younger generations, or we say teenagers or kids, are killing themselves because of the overload in pressure and emotions that they can't handle. In comparing us to the Westerners, right? Westerners really know how to, in a way, they know how to send their kids for therapy when they do notice there's a problem in their child. In Malaysia, we are focusing too much on the academic side of their kids. We are focusing on grades, we are focusing on co-curriculum, we are focusing on tuitions, everything that doesn't involve the well-being of the child. Because in Malaysia, we believe, or in the Asian countries, we believe that hitting the child is a way to teach them a lesson. As compared to Westerners, they don't hit their children. They enforce a very, in a way, it's like a guideline whereby you give your child the count to 10. If you don't stop, I'm going to put you in a corner, and you cannot get out of the corner for 3 or 10 minutes. So it's a matter of thinking. They think that mental health is non-existent. That is the first stigma. Second stigma is they don't really care for the well-being of the child. It's all about, having good, better grades so that I can compare you to my friend's child. It's really common in Malaysia. We like to compare our children. If I am being compared to my younger sister all the time, she is being compared to me all the time. See, your sister is doing so much better things. Why can't you be like her? So that is actually putting a lot of pressure on your younger children or your other kids to perform in a way. So that's the second thing. The third thing, I would say that they feel like it is something that you can get out of it. Mental health is just a state of mind. It's not a state of mind. It is basically their brain are creating this chemical reaction whereby they just feel depressed, and they can control it with proper medication, with meditating. You can actually control it, but you cannot or never remove it from your own body. In a way, you get what I mean? So I actually had a lot of conversations with different people, some psychologists or some people with depression. They are usually they have a lot of emotions that they want to unload, but there's no one for them to unload it. Because Asian kids are taught to be strong. Like, man can't be weak. If you do cry, means you're not a man. That is the common saying. So I guess in a way that we are taught the wrong thing. We are brought up in a wrong way that everyone thinks it's okay. It's supposed to be like that. While it's not. It's not supposed to be like that. There's supposed to be, if the kid is naughty, there's supposed to be a punishment, but you're not supposed to hit your child. You're not supposed to implement fear on the child. Yeah. So that is my answer to you. And how can you actually, if you do have depression, you do have this kind of issues, what can you do? Okay, first, my DMs are open. I still receive messages from random strangers or friends or families that they want to talk to me about just their feelings, how they are going through a lot of stuff lately. So first, you can actually always DM me. Second, if you can find a good close friend or you can talk to your families, it's so much better. Just make the first step to opening yourself. But I do understand that it's hard. Like for me, I have tried to open up to my parents before just to I feel like I want to have a good relationship with them. I don't want it to be just like, just treating it like, they are my parents. Okay, they are there. Okay, good morning, good night, and that's it. You want to have that conversations. So Asian kids are not taught that way. We are not taught to have a conversations with our parents. We are not taught to say I love you to our parents. It's weird for you to say I love you. And it shouldn't be weird. It shouldn't be weird to hug your parents. It shouldn't be weird to just, hey, good night, mom. It shouldn't be weird. It should be very natural because you're showing affection. And Asians are not taught to show affection to their loved ones. So it's very important if you could, try to get someone close to you to talk to, friends or families. And then the third thing will be going for a therapy, finding a counselor. Maybe you have a counselor in school. It's really good. But definitely you need to, maybe the first time when you actually look for a counselor, that person might not be good for you. Because there are counselors that are not encouraging. They are very like, oh, okay, I'm very depressed. And then they will tell you, no, you're not depressed. Because to be very upfront, the reason why I picked mental health in the first place was because of my partner, and it was because of me giving talks and meeting these children, and they're just telling me how stressful they are and stuff. So there were times where my partner actually came back to me and told, I don't feel like my therapist or my counselor is good for me. She is telling me that I am delusional, and what am I feeling right now is just a state of mind, which I told you earlier, it's not a state of mind. It's something that you can control, but it is all this chemical imbalance in your mind causing you to be depressed. So you need to look up for a good therapist. And if you don't have that money for a personal or private therapist, there's always our government psychiatric hospital or department where you can go to. I think it's in University Malaya. They have it there. You can just Google it. It's really cheap. You just need to sign up for HUKM. It's like $50. You just pay $50 for registration. And then after that, you can discuss with your doctor whether to get medication. If you do need medications, if I'm not mistaken, it's only about like $40 for a month of supplies. And you consistently take the pills and consistently actually talk to people, you'll feel that you are less depressed. You will start to learn how to control it. And for people with depression and anxiety, it's very important for you to learn how to breathe. Breathing is very important. Yeah, everyone will say, I know how to breathe. We are breathing right now. It's just inhale and exhale, but it's different. I actually learned that there's a certain way that you need to breathe in and out and to calm your mind, to prevent yourself from being in a further state of depression. So yeah, that's my answer on what is the stigma and how can you actually what can you do if you do have depression?
Very, very informative, and you actually have all the steps and guidelines. I think one thing we can take away from here is that people have this misconception about what is clinical depression versus what is the mood depressed. It's two different things. If you are clinically depressed, you need medical experts' help. It's not a state of mind that you can just sleep away.
Yeah.
And the next day you're okay. It's not.
Yeah, it's not.
And secondly, you have actually raised a kind of a very crucial point that is actually being shared by our speaker yesterday as well, which is we are so culturally conditioned to believe certain beliefs on how a man should be, how a woman should be, what is mental health, what is not to worry about. Until today, until this modern day and age, people still hold tight to those cultural conditioning. How about we pick on one topic, which is gender equality, right?
Okay.
Do you personally believe now that a man is equal to a woman or a woman is equal to a man? In which area do you think women should be given more opportunities? In which area do you feel like they are being discriminated? What do you think now?
First of all, I think man is man and women is women. Yes, I understand that everyone is fighting for equality, but there's always going to be an unfairness over there. For instance, you can't expect, okay, you can say that you're a strong woman, but sometimes you might not be able to, because your body is not designed to carry such weight. And second example, if you were to fight a man in a situation, you might be a really good boxer, you have trained for years, and you're fighting this man who is just physically bigger than you. There is still a chance that you will lose to that man just because he is stronger and bigger than you. There is a very big difference between the types of jobs for men and women. I'm not saying that if you're a woman, you're not suitable to be a prime minister, or as a woman, you're supposed to only do house chores or be a housewife. There's always other jobs that you can explore to, and you just need to. I believe that everyone have their own capabilities, and you can actually discover them. But knowing that you have certain weaknesses and finding for that ideal job for you is very important. Like I said earlier, even for modeling, it just apply in general. You need to know what are your capabilities. You're not supposed to force something that you can't do. You get what I mean? So
Yeah.
I disagree with a lot of feminists in a way, and please do not come for me. This is my opinion, and I just think that there is going to be a major difference between men and women. We are not talking about leadership skills. We're not talking about communication skills. We're not talking about education. Those stuff we are on par with men. We are on par with males. Okay, we can even be better than them because everyone is different. Some men they don't want to pursue such education. Some females, they want to study. Some they just want to, okay, after they finish their degree, okay, I'm just going to marry a guy and I discussed with my husband, I want to stay at home, despite I have a high education. So it's up to the female to make a choice whether they want to be on the field or not. Yeah.
That's a good answer, because the idea that we might have some biological differences that give us certain natural strengths or weaknesses. And it is not something that we should be ashamed about, but it's something that we need to be aware about. I think at the end of the day, we need to have a SWOT activities on ourselves. We need to know what is our strengths, our weaknesses, what kind of opportunities are available for us, what kind of threats that we might face. The same point that you've been hammering, right? You need to know from modeling, you need to know what type of model you are, what kind of a strength that you have, and accordingly you try to find opportunities that suit yourself. So for the viewers that are still with us today, it has been an hour, and we have learned so much from now on the misconceptions of modeling, the kind of criteria if you want to become a model. We are talking about inclusiveness in the modeling and beauty industry. We have talked about the challenges that is being faced. We have also discussed about positive and benefits from being in the modeling and beauty industry, which a lot of people has been undermined because they talk so much about negative. I guess those are bestseller news, but they don't realize how much this beauty industry has actually groomed and actually made women more confident. And you have shared a lot of things on the psychology side of it, on how you overcome insecurity, how you become confident, right down to breathing technique. And Mel have also talked about mental health, on domestic abuse, and on gender equality. There is a lot of topic in one. So for one final message, where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself 5 years or 10 years down the road to achieve in this industry?
Okay, first of all, I would say that in 2020, I actually set a target for myself whereby I am for the competition that I'm going in for on September. I will do my very best to win that crown, as I'm going to represent Malaysia another time for my second time. As the first time I wasn't given the enough time because I was only given 1 month. So this time I have a lot of time, and I will actually shape myself into what the organization actually wants in their winner. And what I can see in the coming years is, and this year, to be honest, I have been going for a lot of castings, and I have been getting a lot of gigs which are high profile, which are really good for my modeling profiling. So I do want to sustain my modeling career and actually grow from it. But I do see myself in another 5 years being a really good and more experienced host, more experienced beauty queen, more experienced model. Who knows? Maybe in 10 years, a mom. You will never know. So there's a lot of uncertainties, as we couldn't actually predicted COVID-19 as well, which actually happened. But I would say that I will do my very best to actually achieve my dreams, to be someone that is capable and versatile. That has always been my thing. I'm always versatile and I adapt to situations. So adaptability is my forte, I would say. So I wish to further master it in the coming years.
With this, for all those viewers and who has been watching us and who are following us just now, I would like to say that after this, I will post the links to our Mel pages, like right below at the comment section, so that you can follow Mel, a very positive up and coming model, with a very good heart for the community causes, which is exactly the kind of influencers that we need in these very trying times. And for those who are watching this video, if your connection has been lagging here and there a bit, no worries, because this whole video would be touched up, will be edited to higher definition. So we have better lighting and better flow. And I will post it, I think probably in the coming week, once it is ready and fresh. So Mel, is there any platforms that all these viewers can follow your work or support you? Where are you active at? Which platform? For those who are watching, do note that, do remember to follow our Facebook page, because there are more interviews upcoming. And if you have any influencers, speakers, entrepreneurs, or key opinion leaders that you feel should be on this show, I would like you to DM me, let me know, and I can bring them on board. Okay, so the last question, right? Where can people follow your work?
So basically, currently I only have my Facebook and Instagram. So my Facebook and Instagram name is basically just my full name. For Facebook, it's just my full name attached together. For Instagram, it's my full name with an underscore at the back. So if you could follow me, feel free to follow me. And if you have anything to ask me or talk to me about, as usual, I have my DM open, or you can also email me. My email address is on my Instagram account. Try not to send me messages on Messenger, because I don't really open Facebook as often as compared to Instagram. Yeah.
I think that's all for our live for today. So stay tuned for the high definition video. Follow the page for more interviews to come. And if you would like Mel to come back right on this show, we can probably consider that. Let us know or what topics you would like to hear more from Mel. With this, thank you, Mel. It has been a great
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. See
Thank
you.
you. Take care. Bye.